The show is all part of our ongoing commitment to be more open and transparent. We really want to give football fans some insight into how decisions are made in the Premier League, some information that we think they will find interesting and useful. And of course, that involves revealing some of the audio that happens live at the time between the on-field match officials and those officials working in the VAR space.
Okay, so who are we going to be hearing from today?
Well, you're going to hear a range of voices on today's show. You're going to hear the on-field officials as they're talking to each other, making that real-time decision. And then you'll also hear from the VAR and the AVAR who are working in the video operations room, checking the on-field decision, trying to identify if there's any clear and obvious errors that they need to intervene upon. And then also the replay operator too, who gives the angles to the video match officials. When we're showing the video, there'll be subtitles, and any of those subtitles that are seen in green are the times when the VAR is speaking to the referee directly. What we hear today is all the voices, but of course, not all of the officials hear what's being said all of the time. So it's maybe not quite as chaotic as it sometimes sounds when you're hearing the show.
Okay, right. Well, let's start in only one place. Luis Diaz's disallowed goal at Tottenham last week. I'm sure most people have already seen it by now, but let's take another listen.
Oh, good. Both holding. Both holding. Yeah. Leave it alone. Waiting, delaying, delaying. Yes. Give it. Coming back for the offside, mate.
Just checking the offside, delay. Give a kick point. Let's go.
Yep.
Kick point,
yeah,
please.
No worries, mate.
So here we are.
Wait, okay.
Just get a tight angle.
Yeah, give me 2D line ready. I feel as well for frame
Right,
2.
so
That's fine.
frame 2 there.
Perfect.
I've got the time on this.
2D line on left boot.
Yep. Let me
Romero,
switch angles. I think it might be this angle better.
Hey,
Happy with this angle?
you organise, you don't
Yep. 2D line on the boot.
2D line on the boot.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
So 2D line on the boot.
And
I'll
stop.
zoom
Check
in.
complete. Check complete. It's fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
Off.
Thank you, mate.
Wait.
Good process.
On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Offside goal. Yeah. That's
Now
what it does.
What?
On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this
Never
image?
get there. Fine.
Yeah, it's onside. The image we gave you is onside.
Left back.
He's played it. He's
Yeah.
gone offside.
Out.
Delay. Ollie's saying to delay. Ollie's saying to delay.
Red throw.
Pardon?
Ollie's calling in to say delay the game to complete the decision. Is
Can't do anything.
Ollie's saying to delay.
Ollie?
Yeah. Yeah, go
Delay
on.
the game. To delay the game. Stop the game.
They've restarted the
Nothing
game.
from on the field.
Can't do
Yeah,
anything.
they've restarted. Yeah.
Can't do anything.
No.
I can't do anything. I
Right
can't do
back.
anything.
Okay, I'm sure. Well, I've got some more detailed questions on this to follow, but first of all, just give us a broad overview on how you viewed that.
Yeah, of course. We took the unusual step of releasing the audio from this situation not long after it happened. We wanted to show everybody what was very quickly apparent to us was a pretty significant human error, loss of concentration. And of course, we're all disappointed that the VAR system didn't step in to rectify a clear error that we'd seen on the field with the disallowing of the goal. And nobody's more disappointed than the officials themselves. They take pride in their work. They want to be a positive influence on the game. And of course, in this situation, that wasn't the case. Of course, without VAR, that disallowed goal would still have been a disallowed goal, but VAR exists to step in when we make a wrong decision on the field. So, of course, we're disappointed. And our job then was to try to find out what happened and what we could do to prevent that sort of thing happening in the future.
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. How did that confusion occur?
Yeah, of course, that's a fair question. And I think you hear at the very start of the clip, Darren England, the VAR, saying checking the offside. And then he goes into the process of checking whether or not Luis Diaz was in an offside position. He's able to do that because the flag was correctly delayed by the on-field assistant referee. I think you can hear that Darren's going through the process pretty quickly. We sometimes get criticism for being a little bit slow sometimes, and people want us to be as quick as we can be. And we do focus on efficiency, but never at the sacrifice of accuracy. We need to be accurate. But you can hear Darren's trying to be quick, and then he puts a line across onto Christian Romero, and that shows a very clear picture. And I think at that point, Darren loses sight of cross onto Christian Romero, and that shows a very clear picture. And I think at that point, Darren loses sight of what the on-field decision was, sees the clear picture with Diaz in an onside position as it happens, and quickly completes it. The game is ready to restart very quickly. He communicates to the on-field referee, Simon Hooper, check complete, check complete. Simon hears that, obviously assumes that the check complete is for the offside goal or the disallowing of the goal, and the game restarts.
Those words, check complete, they feel a little bit vague in light of what's happened. Are you happy with those words, or do you want more substantial sort of comments on it?
Yeah, we know that human error can happen in all walks of life, and it happened here. One of the things that we have to do is put things in place to ensure that should we have a human error, it doesn't have the damage impact that we saw on this occasion. So one of the things that this has brought in sharp focus is the need to reiterate some of those communication protocols that are really valuable in VAR to prevent this type of thing happening. So we want the on-field referee to communicate to the VAR what the on-field decision is very clearly, and then the VAR to go back to the referee and acknowledge that they've heard that properly. The VAR goes through the process then of checking the situation, giving clear direction to the replay operator to get the right angles, speaking to the assistant VAR as they're going through that as well, so that the assistant VAR can be another check and balance, if you like, and then before communicating to the field, speaking to the AVAR to say what their intended direction of travel is going to be. Then at that moment, not just saying check complete, because what are you check completing? Saying check complete, goal confirmed. In this case, check complete, offside confirmed. And then that's another trigger, obviously, to the on-field officials that they're going in the wrong direction. So we've put quite a lot of steps in place to ensure that the error that we saw in that important game doesn't happen again.
Lots of people I've spoken to after the event said, okay, well, the ball went out again 30 seconds later. Yeah. Why can't the referee, it's an exceptional, can't the referee just say, let's stop the game and let's go back 30 seconds?
Yeah, I heard quite a few people ask that question. I understand why people would ask that question. And actually, the VAR and the AVAR asked themselves that question too. When the penny dropped as to what had happened, I think 20 seconds had passed. And at that point, they considered whether or not they could intervene to stop the game. But they recognised that the laws of the game as set by FIFA and the International FA Board doesn't allow that. There's obviously a process in place that sits in the laws of the game about how we use VAR to make sure it's delivered consistently throughout every league in the world, and it doesn't allow you to go back in those circumstances. And as such, they decided not to intervene. But I understand why that question was asked, and I know that the International FA Board in fact, before this situation happened, I knew they were going to do a full review of the laws of the game relating to the use of VAR. It's been in place for 7 years now. When it was written, there'd never been a game utilising VAR anywhere in the world. They put a protocol in place, and it served the game really well. But now we've got lived experience of situations like we saw this week. Then we can feed into that as well, and the IFAB will look at whether or not there's a need to tweak some of it. And I'm sure that they'll be looking at this aspect of how VAR is used as well. Was
the referee aware of all this that was happening around him as the game was going on?
No, it wasn't. I know people talked about, the expression on his face, giving a
Would you want
sign
to be
that
told
he knew, but he didn't know at all till the end of the game. I think it's better if you don't know. You want to stay focused in the moment. You don't want this in your mind when you're trying to make decisions throughout the rest of the game. So I think it's better that he doesn't know, and in this case, he certainly didn't, and nor did any of the other on-field officials.
Okay, so now we've got a couple of clips from the most recent match round, which show that some of these changes have already been put in place. So let's start with Anthony Martial's disallowed goal against Brentford.
APP.
Now, Martial. Offside.
Given.
On-field decision, offside. The reverse crossover. They're checking. Yeah, they're checking. I don't know. They will. Down.
Master later checking offside. Checking offside.
So that's frame 2 for you there.
Decision is offside. Harry, they're going to check.
So just go back to frame 2. Just do me.
Yeah, so that's frame 2 for you there.
Confirmed. Can you just show me frame 1, frame 2?
Yep.
So let's go back to
so that's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, perfect. So 2 from there. Right through. We side on position. So we've got Martial looking clearly offside there. Do you have a better angle just to confirm the position?
I've got that, but it doesn't include the ball.
That's fine, but he is ahead of.
He is.
being clearly ahead of that play. Just pan back out live. Can you do just a split screen from when he plays the ball and then that image? So confirming he's ahead of the play. Yeah, confirming offside. Happy, Nicky, here with that? Mads confirming on-field decision, offside. Confirmed. Check complete.
Confirm we're restarting with offside, yes?
Confirmed.
Offside.
Okay, so what changes have we heard there? Only if, not so long after the big mistake at Liverpool.
Yeah, of course, having seen what happened in Spurs Liverpool, we analysed the situation. We had a look at what we needed to do better to put some safeguards in place. We want to be a positive influence on the game, Michael, all of the time. VAR normally it rectifies a lot of clear and obvious errors, but on that occasion it fell short. And we're really disappointed for the game. We're disappointed for our reputation. So we worked hard over the subsequent days to have a look at what we needed to do to put in place those safeguards around the communication to avoid that sort of thing happening again. We got all of the officials together and we spoke through the need to go through that process very diligently, confirming the on-field decision, so there's no doubt what that on-field decision is, and then the VAR confirming that back, and then going through that process, consulting with the AVAR before the final decision is communicated on field, and then completing the decision if that's the way that we're going to go with the check, and confirming what the decision was that were check completing. In that situation, with the disallowing of that goal, which was an own goal by Brentford, we saw Martial was in an offside position. Really good on-field decision, actually, by the assistant referee with him coming back. Doesn't matter that the ball goes backwards, it's still offside. And we saw a lot of that learning in the communication side of things, which a lot of it was just reiterating what's been happening for a long time. Maybe it's slid a little bit in the situation we saw at Tottenham being put into place in that situation there.
Okay, our next clip is from Luton against Tottenham on Saturday, and a disallowed goal for Tom Lockyer after a foul was spotted in the build-up.
Now, just this side.
Playing back
Clear that side. Saka.
Possible push.
The pause.
Giving a foul for a push, just delayed.
In my opinion, it's also
giving a foul for a push,
it's also
delayed.
It's also offside, I believe.
Brooksy, can you confirm on-field decision, please?
On-field decision is a defensive free kick for a push. Wait there.
Push on Romero.
Yes, whoever it was at the near post, mate.
Yeah,
Ollie,
thank you. Just checking now.
Ollie,
I've got you, Neil.
Offside. Okay,
Yeah, I've got you, Neil.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Yeah, go from the free kick, please. I think that's fine on that view. Let's go with Romero, because if that's a push, the rest is irrelevant.
Okay.
You got a tight angle to that push. I've seen here, Bez, I'm seeing two hands extended,
I think it's a clear foul.
pushing them out of the way, which causes that.
Yeah, pushing him in the chest as well.
Yeah, pushing chest, yeah. So check complete on foul on Romero.
I agree.
Yeah. Brooks, it's Ollie.
Yeah.
Check complete, foul on Romero. Check complete.
Thank you. Confirmed defensive free kick.
Okay, what was your view on that one?
Very similar, really. The communication was very concise, very clear, good confirmatory messaging going both ways. I like the way that John Brooks held his whistle, having seen the foul by Adebayo on Romero, to allow the VAR to check that passage of play. And Michael Oliver, the VAR, can check complete, having seen that very clear push. So, good example of what we expect to see through that enhanced communication.
Okay, time for a quick break now, but in part 2, we've got some more exclusive audio for you with handball, a serious foul play on the agenda. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Match Officials Mic'd Up. We've got another couple of incidents to discuss with PGMOL's Chief Refereeing Officer, Howard Webb. So let's go back to match week 6 for Luton against Wolves, and a handball that provoked a lot of discussion.
No, doesn't take the ball.
Anyway, to be flat overturn possession.
Back still off the pitch. Good. No. He doesn't with the ball. He's catching on the ankle. Play.
Nothing for us.
Now.
What's that?
Peeling for handball.
Yeah.
His arms up there. His arms up. Relax. Right.
Josh, just checking the penalty for you.
Same again. Take your players away, and I'll talk to you.
Cross, mate.
Yes, it's been checked.
Yeah, I think they're
Right.
saying there might be a
Just
difference.
listen.
You've got an angle
Take
the
your players away,
other
I'll talk
side,
to you.
Looking for another angle now.
So, I think his arm is above
Go
his
on.
shoulder. That's all right.
So his arm's above
Relax.
his shoulder, it takes a massive deflection. So you've
Relax.
got a very unnatural position.
What's it deflected off?
His own foot. So you've got it deflected off his
They're
own
checking.
foot, but look at the position
Right.
of the arm anyway.
Got another angle as well.
Okay.
Let's bring in the other angle.
So on balance,
I don't like the position of his hand. It's so far.
It's so high. It's above his head.
Yeah.
Do you need another angle?
Yeah. No,
I have no
that angle's fine.
Just watch these.
Okay. I think it's check complete. But
Just
I
take Dorse away. Dorse!
Yeah, we'll check APP. Josh, penalty is confirmed due to the position of the arm. We're just checking APP.
Thank you. Penalty is confirmed. They're now checking the APP. So penalty, yes, unless there's an offside in the build-up.
Okay.
So penalty, because his arm is up above his shoulder. No, it does, Max. You can't have your arm up there. No.
And then it's what we've just seen.
Right, Max, just listen to me. In a minute, if they confirm the APP and it's a penalty, I need you players away, and it will be a penalty. All right?
On the arm,
Thank you.
I mean, look
The attacking play, so they're basically checking for an offside.
Is that an
head, in my opinion? Check complete on all Josh. Penalty kick.
Check complete. Penalty. Take players away.
Well, I think a lot of people watching that will think it's a bit harsh, mainly because of the deflection off his own boot. What's your view on that?
Yeah, you said at the start of the clip that it created a lot of discussion, and it certainly did. It split opinion. I've spoken to a lot of people in the game who feel that that deflection off the foot should negate the handball. Over the years, the laws of the game have been simplified a little bit in terms of handball. At one time, well, not that long ago actually, an arm above the shoulder would be deemed as automatically unnatural, and therefore a handball would be given. But those words have been taken out, and the only words that have replaced it really are around unnatural position, unjustifiable position, taking a risk by putting your arm in that position in the first place. And then the officials have to make a judgment around whether that is what's happened in their games. Josh Smith, the referee here, felt that that arm was so unnaturally positioned, extremely above the head, that it should be penalised. I have some sympathy for the player. He's put a foot out to block the shot, and that's caused the ball to go onto that extended arm. That is a long way up, isn't it? You don't see that arm position too often. And in the end, the arm position trumped to the fact that it had come off his foot first. There's no sort of negation in the laws of the game, no mitigation in the laws of the game for a player trying to block a shot, getting his foot or body onto the ball, and then it going onto an arm that's in a position that the officials deem is unnatural. If you play the ball onto your own arm, deliberate playing as opposed to a block, what we saw Gomez do here, then there is a mitigation. Handball wouldn't be given, because the argument is, why would you block your own clearance? Why would you make yourself unnaturally bigger? This player, Gomez, is going in to block a shot, and as he does so, his leg goes out, his arm goes up. Now, he gets his foot on the ball, but then the ball goes onto an arm, which is really above his head, and it stops the ball continuing to maybe to another player from Wolves. So, from Luton, sorry. So I do understand the argument. I think we always consult with the stakeholders in the game. Within the laws of the game, maybe there's some way we can, use some flexibility to say what we feel in the English game should or shouldn't be handball. And if it does come off another body part like we saw there, we can talk about whether that should negate the award of a penalty. But what we can't do really is say that any deflection prevents a handball, because then you get players standing in front of a shot, arms out wide, and then a tiny little deflection off a leg onto a full arm would prevent a penalty being given. So it's not maybe quite as easy as people think. But I had some sympathy, but don't forget the on-field decision was a penalty, and then the VAR checks to see whether that decision was clearly and obviously wrong, and clearly the VAR, John Brooks, deemed it wasn't, because he saw the position of the arm above the head.
Okay, and for our final clip, let's head to Stamford Bridge for Chelsea against Aston Villa in match week 6, which saw Malo Gusto receiving a red card for serious foul play.
No, on chest. Yep.
It's a caution for me.
Yeah, I think caution for me, mate.
Well. It's caught him at higher.
I'm going to check the foul.
Yellow card, blue 27.
Right. Okay. So show me the point of contact. Right.
Delayed.
So I'm seeing coming from distance, he leaves the ground. Show me the point of contact, mate. Show me how far away he is from that ball.
Okay.
Do you want the doctor, Luke, or are you right?
Angle.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Run that.
Okay, no treatment required. Is he getting up?
Catch him actually. If you look at that angle, it catches him on the. It's quite low. It's on this side of the ankle. The only issue I've got is a buckling angle. Just go at the other side.
Okay. Just wait.
From
I think there's potential on field review. Yeah, just go before again, mate. Yeah.
You know to wait, Jared.
Yeah, I'm gonna send over for a potential What number is he?
20. Just wait, please. Wait.
20 what?
Screen going to pop up before I get there.
Okay.
Wait, please.
27.
Dan.
Jared, it's Mads. I'm going to recommend an on-field review for a potential red card for serious foul play.
Right.
Let me know when you get to the screen, mate.
Where are we going then? My side, up here. It's up now. Screen's up. Yeah, I've got it.
That's the angle that I want to show him first of all. That's the angle I want to show him, mate, please.
Perfect.
Go one more frame. One more frame.
One more frame.
'Cause it's more of a buckle.
No,
Yep.
There.
Yep. Maybe one more frame to the left, actually, because then we see that the foot's...
Mate,
yeah.
mate.
Okay. You happy with that, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
I'm at the
Okay,
screen.
mate. I've got a still image there. Yeah, so that's the point of contact. You can see we'll run it through as well. You can see the ankle buckle as well. Also, it comes from distance, and he temporarily leaves the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Can you show me another angle at full speed?
Yeah, of course, I can, mate. We'll also show you that.
Switch to
Just show it.
this angle here.
I'm happy. Yeah, just show that at full speed, mate, please. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing point of contact
And there's a full speed.
above the ankle. Where is he? With the right leg, momentarily off the ground with 2 feet. I'm going to change the yellow card to red card, blue 27.
Confirm blue 27, mate.
Okay, yeah. The right back position. Where is he, mate? Right back position.
Get the TV signal. He's got hands on his hips.
Okay, got him.
White boots.
So the yellow's cancelled, and it's red.
I think we've seen a few tackles like that this month. Curtis Jones as well at Tottenham. Are you happy with the outcome there?
Yeah, I think that's a clear red card. I think the point of contact, the mode of contact, the full studs with a turned foot above the ankle, that real significant buckle of the ankle suggests that the player's safety has been endangered through an excessive force challenge. So I expected that one to be intervened upon by the VAR, and I think the red card outcome is correct.
Okay, right. More recently, Kovacic. What do we think about this one? The yellow card, first of all. I'll just play it here. We can have another look at it. What was your view on this? It was a yellow card in game. What's the difference between that and the decision we've just seen, or the tackle we've just seen?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we want to be as consistent as we can be throughout every game among our group, dealing with the same situations in the same way each week. But of course, all situations vary slightly. We accept and understand this. And this is clearly a poor tackle. And I'm pretty confident if a red card had been given by Michael Oliver on the day, it would have been a very straightforward check complete. But he doesn't. He issues a yellow card. I think there's a few differences. The player Kovacic comes into the tackle with the right leg. There's some weight on the left leg as he kind of lunges in. The right heel hits the ground, and then the contact is a little bit more to the side with a kind of like an upright foot as opposed to a side-on foot that we saw with Gusto. A few small differences, I think, that led the VAR to feel that the on-field decision here of a yellow card wasn't clearly and incorrect, therefore check completing it, feeling that if he'd have intervened, it would have been a re-refereeing of that decision by the referee on the field.
So what about the second one? I know we're not going to show. Do you think he was fortunate to stay on for the second yellow card a little bit later on?
I do. I mean, obviously the VAR can't get involved. The second yellows are something that the VAR is not able to get involved in. But yeah, I think he was an extremely fortunate player to stay on the field of play. Of course, the referee, one of our best referees, one of the best referees in the world, Michael Oliver, will no doubt review that. He doesn't want to have a negative impact on the game by overreacting to something. And sometimes players will be on a yellow card and then there'll be pressure to show a second one. Pressure will come from the players on the field. But, you know, that's also true that if you underreact, you have a negative impact on the game. So I think when he reflects on it, he'll realise that the second one should have been a yellow card as well, which would have seen Kovacic sent off for 2 yellow cards, having been, you know, on the benefit of this particular decision here, which was borderline, the first one.
Yeah. Final quick answer. Slow-mos. Are we happy with the slow-mos showing, you know, whether it should be yellow, red?
Yeah, I think we have to use slow-mo just to see the exact point of contact, the nature of the contact. The referee sees it at full speed on the field. So I think, you know, it is a viable use of VAR to look at it in slow-mo and freeze frame. But you heard the referee, Jared Gillett, on that Gusto situation, looking at it also in full speed. We do ask them to do that when they're at the screen because that's the way the game is played.
Brilliant. Howard, thank you for your time. Much appreciated.